Hello again. Just read an interesting article on Total Conservative. I'll give you the highlights of what this article states. Question you need to ask yourself is this the first? Will other states soon follow? This is on Total Conservative, written by Sean, dated the 24th of June, 2016. Title: Hawaii will now treat all gun owners as suspicious. Due to a new bill signed into law by Hawaiian Governor David Ige, Hawaii will become the first U.S. state to automatically send the names of every lawful gun owner to the FBI. The operative word there is lawful. Where those names will be entered into a federal database. That database, which has up until now been used to document individuals in positions of trust, like school teachers, will now be turned into what can only be deemed a federal gun registry. You think they're doing this so they want to know where all the lawful guns are? So should they decide to do what they did in the West, a roundup, they at least know where to go? Quote, "This is an extremely dangerous bill," said an NRA spokesperson in May. "Exercising a constitutional right is not inherently suspicious. Hawaii will now be treating firearms as suspects and subjects to constant monitoring. The ramification of the law, especially if and when it is used as a model for other states, should not be underestimated." This is exactly what the paranoid gun rights crowd has been fearing for decades: a federal gun registry that can be used and abused by law enforcement officials and liberal administrations. In a political environment where Democrats can't come out and say the word, quote, confiscation, end of quote, this law could lay the groundwork for a very dystopian future. It bears some disturbing similarities to executive actions announced by President Obama in January, which gave the Social Security Administration a mandate to turn over the names of those who has been deemed mentally unfit to handle their own finances. Under his decree, those individuals may also risk losing their firearms. Republicans have done a good job limiting the unconstitutional march of the Democrats when it comes to the Second Amendment, but it's clear they need to do more. It's no longer enough to stay on defense. The anti-gun lobby is growing more powerful by the day, using emotional ploys and sensationalized tragedies to chip away at the country's resolve against totalitarianism. Republicans have to fight back, and fight back hard. I read you what the entire article states. You need to sort of sit back and ask yourself a question. If this database is expanded to other states, what are the ramifications to gun owners? Well, they become suspects. They become targets. What I also read is that by having this information in the Hawaiian database, if someone commits a minor crime, they'll know where to go to collect that individual's weapons. The question that needs to be asked is, how many unlawful gun owners are there in Hawaii? How many unlawful gun owners are throughout other states? I think if the numbers would be known, they'd be frightening. You're not going to get the bad guys' guns because you don't know where they are. You're only going to get the good guys' guns because you're going to learn where they are through these databases. When someone buys a weapon, they have all your information. They know who you are. They know what you bought, when you bought it, and they know where it should be, assuming that it's still with the original purchaser. So they have all that information as it already exists. And they have it, I'm certain, in a database. They just don't announce that they have it all in the database. You think it's going to get any easier? I don't. We also know that veterans that have been given psychotropic drugs by the Veterans Administration, they've lost their gun rights. And there's a whole lot of those that fought for this country that can no longer defend themselves in this country. You think it's going to get any better? Because if you do, I think you're delusional. As each day goes by, they continue to chip away at our Second Amendment rights. And the irony is that the majority of these people that are sort of gung-ho to take away our weapons have 7/24 armed guard protection, paid for by you, the American taxpayer. Don't you find that somewhat ironic? I do. And so should you. Thanks for listening. I read you the entire article, but I will attach it for your view and consideration.